Hello, everyone, and welcome. I think I am live, and this is my second live. I hope everyone can hear me. Comment below if you can't hear me. I'm hoping everything's okay. My name's Maria, and I'm from Milagro Interiors. Hi, I hope everyone's doing well this evening. And tonight I have a guest with me. Her name is Andrea, and she's from Organize. She's a professional organizer, and she's going to come on. We're going to have a little chat, and she's going to give you some tips. So if you have any questions for her, just post them down below in the comment, and we'll just wait for her to join us. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a home stager, and I also style homes. So you can style your home for living, or you can style your home and for selling. So if you're going to sell your home, it's a good idea to stage your home because that will maximize the potential of the property, and it'll bring up the price point of your property. It'll help your property sell a lot quicker. And it'll also, Organize is here. Hi, so I'll just wait for her to request to join, and then I'll let her in. But yeah, so you don't want your home to sit on the market very long, so home staging does help with that if you do decide on doing that. I don't know how to add Andrea. I'm just waiting for her to request to join. So she's requesting, so I'm letting her in. So we'll wait for her to hop on. Hi everybody. Thanks for joining us. Andrea's going to give some great tips tonight. Hi Andrea.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So I was just giving a little introduction about you and your company, that your company name is Organize, and that you're a professional organizer.
Yes.
So, more important nowadays, now with COVID, that we're staying at home because we're
Yes, you
locked
can see
down, we can't go
everything, right?
anywhere. So how are you
Yes,
doing?
I'm good. Hanging in there. I took the vaccine
Oh,
on
yes, amazing.
Friday.
Awesome.
Yeah,
You're
so
doing well then. I'm glad.
yes. The arm was sore for a little bit, for like maybe a day and a half, 2 days, but no, it's all good.
Okay,
Thank
perfect.
God.
Excellent. Yes. Getting some love there.
Yes.
So I brought you on to talk about home organization. So, you
Yes.
just give us a little bit of background on how you got started in organizing. What
Yes.
brought you to this profession?
Okay, so I always loved organizing. All my friends know me as the organizer, the most organized person they know. But I guess I started when I was growing up, as I had to share the room with my sister. And she was not the most organized person. If she's on the call, she can attest to
You can
that.
understand.
So I had to become organized if I didn't want my part of the bedroom to be like hers, right? So I really had to, from the early ages, I had to, start doing my thing. So most recently, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I started looking into the professional organizing business because I realized that there were lots of people, doing this, and if I loved it so much, maybe it would be something that I could do when I retired or something like that. But yes, so what happened was that I got laid off from my job of 9 years in July. And then some friends, one of them is also on the call right now, Gus, um, and some other friends and my family. I had this idea, and everybody kind of like encouraged me to do
Oh,
it.
that's amazing.
So
Excellent.
that's when I started. Yeah, I started end of August of last year. And now here we are.
Well, in some ways, it's a blessing in disguise, right?
It
And
is.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you probably needed that push to pursue your passion,
Yes. Yeah.
or when you're in a comfy position or corporate world,
Yeah.
it's great to
Benefits,
come.
salary, paid vacation. So you're kind of like,
Exactly.
am I
Exactly.
crazy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough decision, but no, I'm glad you did it because you're really good at what you do. I mean,
Thank
Andrea
you.
helped me organize my pantry. We actually filmed it. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to have a
Yes.
look at it. The link is in my profile. But she gave some really great tips. And
Yeah.
if you have any questions for her tonight, just post it in the comment down below. I'm sure she will be willing to answer
To
any of
answer.
your questions.
Sure.
But so from a client's perspective, what do you feel is the hardest area to organize?
Okay, so any area that is too cluttered, filled with uh, you know, paper or boxes or just too many items. For example, a closet that has too many clothes and they're all like jam packed like that. Any
Yeah,
of these are hard to organize, but you have to start with one piece and then one by one you start decluttering. But if the client doesn't feel like letting go, doesn't understand that this is important for them to let things go, and it's good for the energy of that area, of that room or closet. So if you let some things go, maybe other things can come in, and then you'll have space for everything, right? So I have to be very understanding of each case and the reasons behind the why the client doesn't want to let go of things, doesn't want to discard anything, to see if there is any chance that they can let go of some items. And let go doesn't
yeah,
mean just discard it, put it in the trash. No, letting go means you can sell it, you can donate it. Okay, you can give it to a friend who needs it more than you do. If you have dozens of pairs of jeans, you don't use all of them, and some of them get neglected. So
yeah.
you can always donate it and try to find another way of using them or helping other people.
I think
So
that's the I think that's the biggest block for
yeah,
any space in your home is letting go. I think
it is.
that's the tough thing to do
Yeah,
because you're thinking you're hanging on to it. Oh, what if I need it, or I might use
just
it
in
one
case.
day. It's just in case.
The
Yeah,
what ifs and the just in cases, that they are the worst.
yeah,
but but then that's why sometimes working with a professional organizer can help you make those decisions, because the organizer is going to ask you a few questions that you never thought of, like, okay, so does it fit? Do you use it? How long ago have you used this item?
right.
It's not only for clothing, anything, like from your kitchen to your pantry to your garage. Like, how long ago did you use it? Like 2 years ago? Yeah, maybe it's time to go.
Yeah,
Time to say goodbye.
that's a good point.
Right? Because we know, and you as a client, you are involved with those things. You have some kind of like attachment to it. So you are not going to ask the
Yeah,
tough questions,
yeah.
right?
There's an attachment, and I've seen as well. You might have doubles of the same thing, and
Yeah,
just there's no
exactly.
reason for it. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
someone just mentioned my new rule at home is: have I used it in the last 6 months to a year? If not, let it go.
Let go. Yeah,
That's been
it's perfect. Yeah. Well, it's it's the pandemic, so 6 months to a year might be kind of like radical, because we haven't used stuff in a year now, right?
yeah,
So maybe put it like right now, put it a year and a half. When this is all over, you're probably going to have start using a lot of things that we haven't used because everybody's wearing, pajamas or,
Disagreeing, but by Lima, it's true.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
it's in like these. Everyone's online on Zoom. I think you
Yeah.
have to, fix your hair up, have a nice top, but we don't know what the they go
No, it's
face
wearing
down. They're not wearing
shorts or
shoes.
nothing at all.
Yeah, you can wear your
Exactly.
pajama bottoms. I'm not wearing my
Yes.
pajama bottoms, but I mean anything goes.
Yes, that's true.
So,
Uh,
yeah. So, what advice would you give someone when it comes to looking for a professional organizer? What should you be looking for?
yeah, okay. So I just posted, I think last week on Instagram and Facebook about exactly that. So when you're looking for an organizer, you are looking for someone who has empathy,
Yeah.
because they need to be able to put themselves in your position, right? Also, the person needs to be patient because if you don't want to let things go, the organizer, first of all, an organizer can never judge, you know. You have to be very, very careful. So you have to be decisive, but not pushy. You have to be able to listen to the client, to what they need and what you are going to be able to help them. You also have to have attention to detail and the ability to visualize the results. I think this is one of the most important things because when I go into a room or when I saw your pantry, for example, that day that we did the virtual organizing, I knew exactly what needed to go, what needed to move. So this is something that professional organizers do really well. They kind of like can look into maybe like a bookshelf or a closet and understand what's not working and make it work. That's why sometimes it's important that you hire someone because, if you try to do it all by yourself, you might make some mistakes along the way and you're not going to get the results that you need.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I resonate with some of what you said too, as being a home stager. And you need to have empathy
Mm-hmm.
as well. And yeah, it's so true. And sometimes you need the third party to come in because sometimes, when something's in front of you for so long, you can't see
Yeah,
it. It's good to have the third person to come in and help you out, you know.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure. Yeah. And so and the client's perspective is the most important one. Uh, you know, some people say, "Oh, you're gonna make me throw everything I own away and throw it in the trash." And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." There's another myth about organizing. I posted something on my blog last week about it, like facts and myths about
yes, I've
organizing.
seen that.
You
Yes.
saw it, and yeah, some people have so many misconceptions about it, and like you don't have to be organized, 24/7. You don't need to be an A-type person because, you know, organizing is like anything else. You have to practice. You need to have, good habits. It's like healthy eating. You need to have good healthy eating habits for
Yeah.
your health to improve or for you to maintain good health. So with organizing, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
So
totally. That makes a lot of sense
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure. And I know, like you're saying, like being healthy and you want to go to the gym, but and it's
yeah,
hard to start and get going. But once
yes,
you get into the habit and
yeah,
you get into that flow, it's not difficult. Like I think once, say, I hired you to do my pantry. We did it virtually.
yeah,
I love it. It's so organized right now, and it's so easy to maintain. It's not like a
yeah,
big task, and I know where everything is
yeah,
labeled. It
yeah,
just totally makes sense. It's
yeah.
the way
And
to.
it's still working for you, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, and we discuss like what should be at your kids height level so that they could pick like get some snacks by themselves, or so it's always
Yeah.
nice to,
I
understand each family's
I could sleep
needs.
in. The kids could get their own cereal now.
See?
I don't have to wake up early on Saturday morning.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, go get your cereal and go watch your cartoons. I'm
And
just
let mommy sleep in.
let mommy sleep in. Yeah, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
So for there's some new people that just joined. So for everyone that just joined, just to introduce you to Andrea Leite, she's a professional organizer, and she's here today talking about organizing. And if you have any questions, comment down below. She's willing to answer anything that you may throw her way. But
For
yeah.
sure.
So what tips can you share with us today? What are the juicy tips that you can give us?
Okay. Well, first of all, if you have a cluttered room, and you're trying to declutter, you have to remember it didn't get cluttered overnight. So you are not going to be, it's not going to be decluttered and organized overnight either. So you have to take the time to do one thing at a time, like, pace yourself, go slow, don't try to rush it. It's more like a marathon than a sprint. So, you do it one drawer or one shelf at a time and you'll get it done.
Yeah.
It's slow and steady that I always tell anyone who's willing to declutter or even just organize a drawer or something. Um,
I've heard in the past that some people say put the stuff you think you don't need in a box, and within a certain time period, if you
yeah,
didn't go reach for that box, let it go. Do
if you
you?
haven't used it.
Yeah, is that
Yeah,
something
and sometimes it happens with people when they move. They leave some boxes in the basement or in the garage, and only when they move again is that they notice that they never touched those boxes, and they're like, "Oh my God!" So it's time to look into it. You know, open those boxes and see if there's anything that you need, because if you haven't used it in so many years, why keep it? It's just taking space, right? It's collecting more dust. So
yeah.
why keep something that you don't even use, right? So yeah. Um, another tip or rule that I encourage people to follow is, if you buy something new, try to get rid of something old. Because, for example, if you buy a new top, like, try to look in your closet and, okay, this one is, I haven't used it in a while, it's not in style anymore, or I don't know, some things we just buy and we never use. Like, sometimes you buy, a jacket or a top, and it's of a color that you think you would like or use, and then you regret it the minute you put it in your closet because it doesn't match anything you have. So,
Yeah,
time to let it go.
that happened to me. I bought something because it was on sale and it looked
Yeah.
nice. I never wore it.
Sales are the worst. They're good
Yeah.
for the pocket, but not for organizing. Okay, so also, if we talked about it briefly before, so if you're keeping something just in case or what if, you're probably never gonna use that item again. It's the just in case is equals never, because you know what are the odds that you are you know going to use something that you have never used, but you're keeping it just in case. So, and another tip that I always tell everyone is, use what you have. you know you don't need to go crazy on Amazon, or if you're in the States, the Container Store or Bad Bath and Beyond, or all of that.
Yeah.
You don't need to go crazy. I always tell people to organize first, buy the products after, if needed. You
That,
know,
yeah, that's a good point.
you did a lot of your organizing with mason jars, right?
Yes.
They're super inexpensive, and sometimes you can have them, from, I don't know, tomato sauce or, olives. You can keep those and
Yeah.
organize stuff in your kitchen or your
My
bathroom.
husband juices in the morning, and then he just puts them also in the mason jars, and then
Yeah,
every
yeah,
morning he'll just take one and
yeah,
drink it.
yeah,
I love the mason jars because they're clear, so I can
yeah.
see what's
You
inside
can
too.
see what's inside.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You can also use, old cell phone boxes, shoe boxes, anything that is, a little bit sturdy, and you can compartmentalize stuff, because when you contain stuff, it's, you tend to not, put it like a lot of stuff. So if you contain, like, if you have something in a drawer, there's only so much you can fit in a drawer, right?
Yeah.
And if you also contain, like items together, it's easier to find. So if you have, a drawer and you have, I don't know, keys and glasses and your documents and change. So if they're all like just, all together, and so it looks horrible. But if you use small boxes, small containers, to put each category into a different
Yeah.
box,
Mhm.
it's easier to find. So it's not going to be a mess. It's harder to make a mess of that. So
I use that for my makeup actually. I have the when you buy eyeglasses, they come in boxes.
yeah,
I use those boxes and I separated my makeup that way.
yeah,
And in my
yeah,
drawer, open it up and everything's organized in there. Just
yeah, yeah.
small boxes. That's really
Yeah,
good.
it's good. Yeah, you'll I have my nightstand jar. I put, old iPhone boxes, my Apple Watch box. It's longer, so I use it for, you know, stuff that's longer too. So it was pretty good. I even have a picture of it or a video on my Instagram. It was really good because, it's nice. You have everything in the same color, like either white or black, because I think with Android phones, sometimes the boxes are black. But what matters is, if it looks nice, it's going to be harder for you to make a mess of it. That's
Yes,
what I think. You
good
want
point.
it to look nice because it gives you that calm and peace that you need when you have like a messy environment or
Yeah,
area.
good point. I
Yeah.
have There's a few people that said I have just in case Zumba Farima. Yes. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then yeah, a few other people said the same. It happens to me. So if
I know.
anyone has any questions or wants a tip, just comment below. Oh, there we go. Do you have tips for organizing medicine?
Yeah, so the same thing, try to, some people say you shouldn't store your medicine in the bathroom because of the vapor of the hot water. I keep mine there, but
Yeah,
you
so
can
do
keep it
I.
in the kitchen. You can keep it in the kitchen as well. Any of those plastic bins or acrylic bins, anything that's see-through is great because you can see what's there. You can see where the band-aids are or your vitamins. I also like Lazy Susans a lot, the rotating trays. Because, for example, if you have to take vitamins every morning and you have a lazy Susan, it's just easy for you to, move it, and you can pick your vitamins every morning or any other medication that you have. So yeah, the medicine cabinets that they sell, for example, at IKEA, they're really good as well. The ones that you put, on the wall.
Right.
They're good. But anything that you can use that's clear, if you're using a bin or a box, anything that's clear is better because you can see through and you can see what's in there, and it's easier to find what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's I have I have some jars too. It's I guess kind of like a mason jar, but I also have jars that I keep stuff inside. That is it's
Yeah,
clear. So,
yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
Chairi said thanks, and then realtor when Santiago said that is a good point.
Yeah, no, and mason jars are really good for almost anything. Makeup, even like for example, if you open a box of pills and you have that blister and you don't know where to put it, you can put it in the mason jars. Sometimes you have more than one, or so yeah.
So
Papers is my big
yeah,
problem, Fatima.
that's a
Um,
big one for
yeah,
sure.
paper management is really hard, but maybe I'll cover it in some of my my posts. Stay tuned, or on my
Actually,
blog.
yeah, and actually, you should mention that you're hosting a party, an organizing party this Friday.
Yes,
Wow.
this Friday.
I'm
Yes,
going. I'm going.
yes, you are. Yeah. So, Fatima, if you want to organize papers for tax season, here's what I do. These are all my gas receipts. So I put them in a little small clip. I haven't, but I usually write here at the top gas. You can put it in a folder, or, like to prepare for tax season next year, for example. This is already for next year. This year, I think it's done. So,
That's an
so
excellent tip.
yeah.
That one.
Yeah, and or just, use some of those clear plastic sleeves.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You can put it there. You can have a binder, and you put each type of receipt or paper in those. That's how I usually organize my documents, because I think it's just easy to find it when you need it, and it's just going to be there. It's something that you're going to be collecting through the year or every quarter, so it doesn't have to be at hand. You can put it somewhere else, and then when you need it, it's all going to be together. So that's something that you can do.
Excellent. So there's a love it. Thank you for your
Oh,
tips.
you're welcome, Fatima.
Yes, organizing parties from Bailima. So I see people from, I can't remember where I think Rio was one. Uh,
Yes,
so you also do virtual organizing. So
yes,
it doesn't
yes.
mean it has to be within your city. You could do
Nope.
it virtually now. You can do it for anyone in the world.
Yes.
Tell us how that works. How does your virtual
Okay.
organizing work?
Yeah, so our organizing session was a quick one. So, and you wanted to record the video, so you had to be done in one day. But we
Yeah.
could have done it in 2 or 3 sessions. Usually, what happens is, well, first of all, the person needs to be willing to do the work,
Yes.
because if it's virtual, I can't be there in person. So the person needs to be willing to do the work. Some people, they don't want to do the virtual organizing sessions because they don't want to do it. They don't have time for it. They'd rather, wait and hire me when the lockdowns are lifted. Fine, it's all right. But what happens with the virtual organizing is that, as an organizer, I am going to be the accountability buddy for this person. I will not only guide them through the process, but I will also be kind of like the person who is going to pull their ears if they don't do something.
You'll hold them accountable, that's for
Yes,
sure. Yeah.
exactly. So we have like a free 30-minute discovery call or video call, right? So I can understand what the client needs, if it's a pantry, if it's a closet, if it's a garage or the basement. And then we schedule a virtual call, like the virtual session, the actual virtual session. and we go over the tasks that need to be performed by the client. So, we have to agree on this. So I'm not just going to tell the client, do this, do that. No, we are going to agree on a few things so that the client, I don't want to set them up for failure. I want them to complete the task. So, you know, maybe the first ones are going to be easy tasks, and then when they get the hang of it, some more complex tasks are going to be added to their weekly or bi-weekly tasks.
Yeah.
Um, I also create a dashboard. I use a Google Doc where I have kind of like a table where I list these tasks and I leave some columns for the client to, let me know the progress, like ongoing or couldn't do it because of blah, blah, blah. So I can, anytime between the two sessions or three sessions, anytime between sessions, I can check and see where they are. And if I see that they're stuck or something, I can always text them or they can text me. We can figure out how best I can help them about that.
Mhm.
So I also share tips and tricks and, if they need products to help with the organization, I send them links of products that I'm going to research for them. And sometimes only a couple of virtual sessions are needed. If it's just like in your case, the pantry or a small closet, but sometimes it's the whole room that needs to be, decluttered or organized. So it will take a few more sessions. Uh, and The difference between virtual and in person is that, when I do it in person, of course, I get the input from the client, but I do the heavy lifting. And with virtual, the client does the physical work with my guidance and the accountability, that I am going to be there, to kind of like not put pressure, but push a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it
Right?
makes it easier when you do break it down into sessions, I believe, because
Yeah,
it doesn't seem so daunting, like if it's a huge task.
yeah, yeah. And sometimes if the client does the work, right? If it's a virtual organizing session, I think I might even plant the organizing bug into this person's life, right? So they did it. It was possible. Like you did your pantry, it's possible. So why not try to tackle other areas in your home? Sometimes you need help. So hire an organizer virtually or just, for, one or two sessions. It's
Yeah.
really doable. It's something that I don't think it's going to go anywhere when the pandemic is gone because I think it's very doable. Some people don't know any organizers where they live, or maybe it's too expensive. And another thing that's sometimes good with virtual organizing is because since the client is doing all the work, it becomes more affordable. Instead of paying for me to stay 3 or 6 hours, and I charge by the hour, right? So paying for 3 or 6 hours for an in-person virtual organizing, they're just paying for 1, 2, or 3 1-hour sessions, which is like
Right.
sometimes half the price, right? Or even less. So it's more affordable for people who can't afford a full, organizing session. Sometimes it takes days. Some houses that I've prepared for sale, I went there like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
It was like over 12 hours of work. So,
And that's probably someone that's the person that's like the what if or what if I need this
yeah,
later. And they
Yeah,
have boxes of stuff, I'm sure, in their basement of stuff they're
yeah,
thinking, I'm going to
yeah,
use this later, and you never use it. And
yeah,
then comes a time when you need to move, and yeah,
yeah.
they need your
It,
service.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, and some places just become a dump. You just dump everything there. Oh, I don't want to deal with it now, so dump.
Yeah.
And so when you're ready to sell, it becomes a problem, right? So
Yeah, I think it's good to have you as virtual too, because you are teaching your and you're we're learning from you.
yeah,
We have tips, and as you said early, it's a habit, and once you change that habit and you learn to recondition yourself
yeah,
to and know how to keep things organized, it doesn't become the big daunting task at the end where you have to clean out all these boxes in your basement.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
very important.
And yeah, and again, like it's one day at a time. You can't do it all in one shot. It's not going to work. I know that lots of people have tried and failed miserably because they try to do it. Oh, I'm going to take this whole weekend just to do that. You can't do that because it wasn't created. The clutter wasn't created on a weekend. It was
True.
years and years of accumulating stuff and never dealing with it. So dealing with it to declutter is going to take time too. So just,
Yeah, so
you
true.
know, people need to have patience. Whereas if they hire me, I'm going to have to deal with it right away. But I am trained to do that. I have the skills to do that. If the person, is trying to do it themselves, they're going to feel discouraged. They're going to be frustrated, and the the thing is not going to happen. So, doing one thing at a time is always best.
So there's there's some more people that joined. So if anyone has any questions for Andrea, just comment below. And Andrea, you were talking about virtual, but in person, if you are doing it, I know now we're on in lockdown
Down, yeah.
in your area, but when it does get released and everything goes back to in person, what areas do you cover?
I cover all of the GTA, and I can go a bit further, like, I don't know, Cambridge, Waterloo, Kitchener, Hamilton, Niagara, or north, like, I don't know, Aurora or Vaughan. But it will depend on how long the job will take. So if I have to travel to Waterloo, for example, and if it's like a whole day job, then it's fine. But just to do something very simple like a 2-hour job or three, yeah, it's not worth it because it's too far. I can get in like a huge traffic jam on the 401, so it's not worth for me. But yeah, if it's kind of like if the person needs, a few areas in their homes and I'm going to stay there the whole day, then definitely it's a possibility. But it's usually the whole GTA
Okay.
that I usually service.
Okay. So I don't see any questions. Maybe you can tell everyone how to reach you if they need to connect with you.
Okay.
I mean, they can
Okay.
follow you on Instagram. My
Yes.
link and your link is in my post, and I'm going to be
Yes.
posting this video as well.
Okay. Yeah. So please follow me on Instagram. I'm also doing a monthly newsletter. So if anyone wants to receive, any news or tips or blog posts from my blog, I will be sending the newsletter monthly. So just sign up on my website, which is www.organize.ca. And when you sign up for the newsletter, you also get my hack sheet.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, and yeah, so all my contacts and information are either on my Instagram or Facebook or on my website. You can call me on my website. I have a contact sheet if you want to send you know, a note there, a message from there, or, you know, my email is there, my phone, everything. So
Okay, thank you.
just, yeah, check it out. Oh, and I created a YouTube channel.
Yes,
I don't know
right.
if I told you, did I?
Yeah, I'm subscribed.
Yeah.
Subscribed to your
I have
yeah.
one subscriber, Maria.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
everyone go
just,
on over there so she can
yeah,
get some
yeah.
more tips.
Yeah, I just created it. I'm sharing some before and after videos. I uploaded our video today.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, and I'm going to be uploading also the Instagram lives that I did with you know, with you and so many other people. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I don't have a lot right now, but I'm populating it little by
Good,
little.
good. No, that's
Slow and
great.
steady, as I say. I
Yes.
can't do everything at once.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us here on Instagram. I will be posting this video again. If you didn't watch the whole thing, you want to go back and watch it. We're so entertaining for you. You want to watch it again. I have next week. Have another live on Tuesday next week, and it's with another Andrea.
Really?
She's
Which
from
one?
Hakuna Modern Solutions, and she is
I think I heard. Yeah.
yeah. So she has it's smart home automation. So we're going to be talking
Nice.
to her next
Yeah.
week. If you want to join back,
Yeah.
watch again, and thank you guys for joining.
Yeah. Thank you for
What is the
inviting me,
name of the
Maria. The name of my YouTube page.
mhm.
It's a long
Organize?
name. Maybe if you look for organized, you'll find it. It's a long name. I'm going to be posting either this week or next week. I'm going to make a post on Instagram, you know, like promoting the YouTube page so that you guys can go there.
You
And
can go to her Instagram and then yeah,
yeah,
follow her there, and
yeah.
you probably will have a link in your bio as well.
Yeah, and on my newsletter, for example, I share the before and after video, which is already on YouTube. So if you sign up for the newsletter, you get the this video and you can go straight there. But thank you, Maria, so much for the opportunity. I always love her chats.
I know it's always a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so
Yes,
much for coming on. My
you
second live.
too. You did great. You're a
You were great.
natural. Thank you so much, Maria. Have a good night. Bye,
You too.
everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, bye.
Bye.